On our last episode, we spoke about creating with purpose. And so we cannot talk about creativity without referencing the first person who actually started creating. Go back to the book of Genesis, you find out the creative prowess of God was filled with so much accuracy and precision. And you must know that God was a master planner. So there was something I noticed about God's creativity. I found out that in the beginning, God already had a list. Even though the Bible did not clearly state that he had a list. But I saw in the documentation of the writer of the book of Genesis, especially in the beginning, the writer was very precise as to how God started each creation with precision. He did not create the last, the first. He did not create the first, the last. He created everything according to the list he had. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, so he had a canvas. The heavens and the earth were his canvas. I'm using the word canvas because it can be so relatable to anyone in art. Because the canvas is a plain sheet, empty sheet without form. It's your artwork that gives the canvas its beauty. So God was very careful in creation. And I noticed something about each day. When God finished creating anything on each day, what he does is that he sits down, looks back and says, "This is good." That is to tell you that for each day, he already had a mapped out plan for what he was going to create. So that at the end of creating that thing, he looked at it and looked at his list and said, "Yes, this is good." That in your creativity, you must have a plan. You must have a precise, accurate setting for what you want to achieve per day. So God was very skeptical as to what he creates each day. He had the ability to create everything in one day. But there was something about him that he wanted to show us that it is one day at a time. So it took him 6 days to make creation and 7 days to rest. So why didn't he just create it in one day? It was because he wanted precision. He wanted to teach us something. If you're going to be creating like God, you must understand that it is one day at a time, and you must always go back to check your list in accordance with what you've created if it rhymes. And so that you don't encroach. There was never a time the Bible wrote God procrastinated. He didn't procrastinate today's job into the next day. He did today's job in today, left tomorrow's job for tomorrow. He finished today's job. Then the next day started. He picked up from where he stopped according to his list. So another thing that stood out for me in creating like God was God's ability to know when he needed a team. If you check the other creations of God, you realize that God didn't say, "Let us." He was creating. He was speaking things that were not as though they were, and they were coming out. But when he got to man, he said, "Let us make man." So for that, he needed the support. Let us make man, because he was going to make man in their images and their likeness. All right, you must see the words God used there. God said, "Let us make man in our." So that means in the team's image. You must be sure to know when you need a team in your creation. Don't just start creating without knowing when you need it. There are certain things you can achieve alone as solo. You need a team that brings their idea together, that incorporates their understanding into your own understanding. And so one more thing that stood out for me in creating like God is God's precision to his vision. Even though he needed a team, he already had a plan and a vision of what he wanted to create. So he was not needing a fresh concept. He was not needing a fresh vision. He already had the vision. So the vision was man. And so when he was bringing the team was not coming to bring another perspective. The team were just coming to align with the perspective God already had. So he said, "Let us make man." So in creating, you must have your vision. The people coming into your team must come into an already existing vision that you have. They are coming to bring their self into your vision. So God already had a mission. Man was to create man. And so when he said, "Let us," so the support the people we are going to give him is in the creation of man, not in the suggestion for creation. So in creating like God, you must be sure that you have a list of what you want to create. You have a plan of what you want to create. And you must not procrastinate. You must know what to start. You must know when to finish. You must know when to pause and reflect on what you've created. You must know when you need a team. And with that concept, you can start creating like God.